Asked to Dance by Varna Mayers. This powerful quote reflects the very essence of today's lecture, a session that aims to spark a deeper understanding of inclusive leadership and the role of mentorship in empowering diverse talent. With that, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another session in the guest lecture series Ignite Spark the Potential series at Sri Balaji University, Pune for the batch 2025-27. I, student manager Akansha Verma from Balaji Institute of International Business,
And I, student manager Aman Rajput from Balaji Institute of International Business, will
will
be
be
your
your
masters
masters
of
of
ceremony
ceremony
for
for
this
this
special
special session.
session. Our honored guest, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and all my fellow student managers present here today, it gives us immense pride and pleasure to welcome an influential voice in HR and corporate learning landscape, Mr. Ravi Shankar Singh, sir, Head of Human Resource Learning and Organizational Development at Lifestyle International Private Limited, Landmark Group, with over 21 years of distinguished experience across IT, retail, and QSR industries. Mr. Singh brings deep insights into HR strategy, leadership development, and cultural transformation. Today, he is here to speak on a deeply relevant topic, diversity and inclusion in mentoring, a leadership imperative in modern organizations committed to fairness, innovation, and growth.
Sir, thank you for being here with us today. On behalf of our Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, directors, faculty members, and staff, may I request Student Manager Tejas and Neha to present a bouquet to Mr. Ravi Shankar Singh, sir, as a token of our heartfelt gratitude and welcome.
Thank you, Tejas and Neha. We would like to share with our respected guests that Sri Balaji University Pune comprises four premier management institutes, that is Balaji Institute of Modern Management BIMM, Balaji Institute of Technology and Management BITM, Balaji Institute of International Businesses BIIB, and Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development BIMHRD. And additionally, the university houses a wide spectrum of schools such as School of Commerce and Management, School of Computer Sciences, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, School of Liberal Arts, School of Defense and Strategic Studies, School of Actuarial Sciences, Balaji School of Law, Balaji School of Media, Communication and Journalism, Balaji School of Sports Science, Balaji School of Online and Digital Learning, MA program in Chinese Studies and National Security. Our extended academic arms, Balaji Law College, Balaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, and Balaji Junior College, strengthen our contribution to holistic education.
According to Times B School Ranking Survey 2025, Sri Balaji University, Pune proudly stands at 10th rank among the top 100 B schools in India, second among 36 private universities, fourth among the top 20 B schools in Western India, 12th in top 50 institutes for placements, with 300 plus reputed recruiters engaging with
Of discipline, dedication, and determination, as envisioned by our founder chancellor, the late Professor Dr. Colonel A. Balasubramanian sir, we are nurtured into industry ready, value driven professionals. Our learning is not just academic but practical. Through corporate guest lectures, case studies, and immersive leadership sessions like today's.
As we gear up for today's much anticipated talk, we are reminded of a thought by Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo. Just because you are a minority does not mean you can't be a leader. And it is through the power of inclusive mentoring that such leadership is enabled and nurtured.
With that, may I now invite student manager Yash Dubey, to formally introduce our esteemed guest, Mr. Ravi Shankar Singh, sir, to the audience.
Hello everyone. I want to start with a small quote. Nothing kills you faster than your own mind. Yash Dubey from Balaji Institute of International Business takes immense pride to welcome a distinguished HR leader with 21 years of experience across IT, QSR, and retail industries. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ravi Shankar Singh, sir, Retail HR Head at Lifestyle International Private Limited, a strategy business partner, change and blur. He has led HR for renowned biz brands like Domino's and Concentrix, managing large teams and driving impactful people strategies. Known for his expertise in HR transformation, talent management, L&D, performance in system, and employee management, Mr. Singh is a trusted advisor and an inspiring leader. Let's give him a warm welcome to Mr. Ravi Singh Shankar.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I think the day had been very long for all of you. So, can we have some more energy? Good evening. You can be louder, right? One more time. एक बार और try करते हैं. Good evening. That's better. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, first of all, Dr. Dipali ma'am and the entire leadership team of Balaji University for having me here. I have been given this subject to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion in mentoring. Uh, how do you want to keep this session? You want a monologue? Are you okay for a monologue? Yes, no? Nahi na? I really appreciate the honesty. You don't like monologues, right? Well, let's have a dialogue. Let's have a two-way conversation. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Well, I will definitely talk for some time, but I'm here to learn from all of you. It's always great to be back from corporate to campus. We always listen to this terminology campus to corporate, which definitely goes through all of your mind when you are a student. But somebody like me who has spent probably 20, 21 years, and when I reflect back, when I think of myself, when I go 20, 21 years back, I find myself also sitting in one of my college where I used to study and think about how the corporate life would be. What will I do if I become part of corporate? Is this thought going around your mind? Yes, no? Do you think of it? Since I have been told that most of you are first year student. How many of you are first year student? I think almost everyone. Okay. How many of you are second year student? We have quite a few, right? And out of this group, how many of you have ever worked in a corporate? Probably have done your internship or maybe worked on a small project assignment. Wow, very nice. So I could see 25-30% of you probably have some experience working in corporate, being in corporate. in any capacity, maybe as an intern or part of any project. Anyone of you, would you like to share your experience? How it had been there in corporate? Anyone would like to speak about it? See, we have promised to each other that we'll keep it as a dialogue, right? Anyone? See, I know your professors are sitting, but no one is going to judge you on your answer. I can promise on their behalf. So let's interact. Nobody wants to talk. Please.
Yes, good evening, sir. Myself, Sarabjit Singh. I am an operations student from BITM. I have an experience of 4 years in Decathlon Sports India. I joined as a part timer in 2019, and then I became a full timer. Then I got a new project of opening a store in an IBM and was a department manager. We did learn about recruiting, operation, stock, inventory, and yes, it was a very good experience learning directly from the directors, teams, and CEO of India.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. So we have a common connection, retail, right? Thank you. Anyone would want to talk about your experience? Anyone else? No. Okay. So, how do you want me to start the conversation? And I know I have to be mindful of time as well because I know your day had been long. So I'll try to wrap up by 5:15. Is that okay? 5:10, 5:15, or 5 or 5:30? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, no worries. Let's see. We'll go with the flow. We'll go with the flow. Let's see how it goes. So, how do you want me to start? No suggestion for me? No direction for me? Okay, great. Let me start then. So, there had already been a long introduction, and thank you so much for that. Whatever both of you were talking, I was wondering whether I have done so much in my life. And I was telling this to sir, who was sitting next to me, that you are just putting me under so much of pressure by by having so much of discussion about myself and my journey. So thank you so much once again for that. So I will skip that part because that introduction is already done, a long introduction. So I'll not talk about myself. Rather, we'll start the conversation. So we are here to talk about mentoring, right? So what is mentoring according to you? What's mentoring according to you? What do you understand by mentoring? Okay, guidance. What else? What else? Teaching. What else? Directing. Okay, what else? Okay, is there anyone who find a difference between mentoring and coaching? Do you find any difference between mentoring and coaching? Yes, no? What is that? What is the difference between mentoring and coaching according to you? You can be a little louder, please. Do we have a mic in the audience? What is the difference between mentoring and coaching? Yes.
Uh, I believe that the difference between coaching and mentoring is that a coach will train the person for a very specific task or for a very specific field, while mentoring is for life.
Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Thank you so much. So that is what I wanted to hear. So I think you have made my life easier. Thank you for that. Yeah, so beautifully explained by him. Coaching is for a specific period, for a specific term, for a defined term. However, mentoring, you don't have a defined timeline. Mentoring can be for lifetime as well. You can have a mentor for lifetime. You can have a mentor for your entire professional journey. You can have a mentor for your entire journey while you're a student. While coaching, he has already explained it's for a specific period. So I will not talk more about coaching. However, talking about mentoring, we keep hearing about mentoring. It is a very well sought after subject. Having said that, how many of you know that you have a mentor? Do you have a mentor? Yes, no. All of you have a mentor. Okay, great. So, in mentorship, what happens? Or what are the key ingredients of a mentorship program? Can anyone answer? What are the key ingredients? Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Safal Rai from BIIB. So, mentorship includes the life experience of a person. A person mentors or guides a person from his past experiences or life experiences. I feel that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. See, when we talk about some of the key ingredients of mentorship, uh, can we park it for a minute or for a couple of minutes? Say before that, can we understand or can we talk about why do we need a mentor or why mentorship is important? Why do we need a mentor? See, all of us need a mentor, irrespective of the number of years of experience, irrespective of the qualification, irrespective of the degree, irrespective of the role. All of us need a mentor, at least a mentor or two in life. Why do we need a mentor? Why mentorship is important? Okay. What else? Okay. What else? You can't see yourself, so you need somebody to guide you. Okay. What else? See, no answer is a right or wrong answer. So please contribute. Okay. 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 So I think most of you have fairly spoken in the right direction. See, mentor is required for all of us, as we had been talking about it. Mentorship is very critical, very, very important aspect of our journey in whatever field, whichever field we are into. All of us need mentors. However, when we say mentors, is mentorship only about one sided mentorship or it can be a two-way as well? It can be two-way. Have you heard of reverse mentoring? Have you heard of reverse mentoring? Yes, no? No. Okay. So the common understanding what we have about mentorship is I have someone as my mentor. The person is always there to coach me, guide me, uh, show me the right path, correct me for my mistakes, call out my area of opportunities, tell me that I need to, I could have done it better and this could have been the better way. That's how we think about having a mentor. But what is reverse mentorship? What is reverse mentorship? Any answers? See, reverse mentorship is nothing but I as a mentee. So who is mentee and who is mentor? So someone who is guiding me is my mentor and I am the mentee, right? So reverse mentorship is nothing but I as a mentee can also provide feedback to my mentor. I can also guide him or her on something or the other. What I feel is probably not right, or what I feel is probably could have been done better. It doesn't mean that if I have a mentor, I cannot guide him or I cannot give a feedback to him. And how it happens, how do we make it possible? Because I spoke few minutes back about some of the key ingredients of mentorship. So how can you make this happen, or how can you have an effective, impactful mentorship program for anybody? What are some of the key ingredients? I've asked this question, right? पूछा था? Yes, right? So there is something called C3. C3 is nothing but, you can say it C, 3 times C, right? It's connection, commitment, and communication. This is one of the very, very important aspect of a strong and effective mentorship program. How these 3 C's are important, we'll have to understand. So obviously when we are into a journey of mentorship, that connection, that bond, that relationship with lot of trust and faith becomes the key. Very, very important. Because if I'm having a mentor, I'll have to have that connection with the person. I'll have to have that trust and faith on that person. Communication, when we speak, it's very important to have a two-way communication. The communication need to be very, very clear. The clarity of thoughts, the clarity of communication. What I am asking and what I am being answered by my mentor becomes the key to the success or failure of any effective mentorship program. And commitment, when we say, obviously, when we have already spoken about having the trust and faith in that relationship, which means commitment becomes one of the special and critical ingredient of the recipe of a strong and effective mentorship program. You have to stay committed to each other in the relationship of a mentor and mentee. Very, very important. Are you with me? मैं बीच में सवाल भी पूछूंगा जो मैंने बोला है. Please stay attentive. Are you with me? Okay, thank you. Okay, I have parked something few minutes back. What did I park? मैंने बोला इसको पार्क करते हैं अभी. Let me see कितना attentive है हम लोग. मैंने कुछ पार्क भी किया था अभी 3-4 मिनट पहले. What did I park? Sorry? कुछ तो पार्क किया था मैंने. What did I park? Reverse mentoring. पक्का? How many of you agree with him? रिवर्स मेंटरिंग को पार्क किया था, कुछ और पार्क किया था. Sorry? That we have already spoken, right? What did I park? Okay, my humble request, let's stay more attentive. Yeah, so we were talking about reverse mentoring, right? So when we say reverse mentoring, again, as we have already spoken about the trust part of it, the commitment part of it, the communication part of it, if all these three things are there, the reverse mentoring becomes easy for me, for both the parties. Because as a mentee, if I am giving a feedback to my mentor should not feel anything else other than taking that in a very, very positive spirit, being grateful for that, being open for the feedback, being open for any suggestion. That's how the reverse mentorship work. Doesn't mean that if I am a mentor, I am perfect. No ways. It is next to impossible. None of us are perfect, right? Do you agree to this? Yes, no? Which means if those three ingredients are there, the reverse mentorship program will definitely work. There are a few other aspects also of an effective mentorship program, and uh, I would request all of you to pay attention to that. There is something called there is a letter, uh, you know, in our A to Z. There is a letter called P. So in an effective mentorship program, letter P holds a very important place. Why it holds a very important place? Let me try to explain. If you are into a mentorship journey, if you are part of a mentorship program, don't you think there has to be a purpose of it? Purpose hona chahiye, right? There has to be a purpose of it, right? Don't you think there has to be a process to it? You can't have a random mentorship program, or you can't be into a random mentorship journey. It has to be well defined. It has to be well thought through. It needs to have a process. Don't you think process is important? Yes, no? That side. Process important है नहीं है? It's important, right? There are there are two more P's which are important in a mentorship program. What are those? Other is partnership. And partnership is nothing but, you can say that it's a synonym of commitment in a way. Because the partnership, as long as the partnership is there, as long as a common understanding with a common goal is there, the mentorship program becomes easy. You are able to navigate through the journey. And last but not the least is traction of progress of the journey, how we are progressing. Because when you have a purpose, when you have a goal, you'll have to track that also, right? Don't you track that? You need to track that, right? How are we progressing? Have we seen any benefit out of that or not? Are you with me? Okay, thank you. Now, now coming to diversity and inclusion. See, diversity, equity, and inclusion obviously is just, these are not just three words. I can see a lot of, I cannot see, I can sense there is a lot of diversity in this room. Because if I would have said I can see, I would have been biased. Because I can only see diversity from a gender bifurcation standpoint. And hence I said I can sense. Why I can sense that there is a lot of diversity in this hall, in this Audi? Because diversity doesn't only talk about, reflect about gender diversity. And whatever I'm talking, let me be very honest, probably you would have heard this so many times before as well. I'm not talking anything which is out of the world. But we really need to first understand what the diversity means to us. Diversity means all of us. I think probably 500, 500 would be there in the room, right? 400 would be there, maybe more than that. So we come from diverse backgrounds. We come from different socio-economic background. We have different religious beliefs. We come from different parts of the country. We, we have different sexual orientations. That's diversity for us, not only gender diversity. If we are only measuring diversity on the basis of gender, I think we are not doing justice to the word itself. So, this room is full of diversity. However, there is an inclusion in the room, there is an equity in the room. How there is an inclusion in the room? Because all of us are part of this beautiful and esteemed university. All of us are part of some of the great course offerings which is being provided to all of us. So that's where the inclusion comes into picture. While there is a diversity, there is an inclusion as well. Now, when we talk about diversity and inclusion in mentoring, it, it is there in the room. How can you have a diversified yet inclusive mentorship program? You can find the answer in the room itself. Mentorship is not only about selected few people. Mentorship is not only about for a selected cohort. Mentorship is not only about for a specific, probably a specific work stream. If I talk about in the context of a corporate, mentorship is not about a particular department or function. Mentorship is not about a particular subject. Mentorship is not about a particular course or a set of students only in that course. Mentorship is about including everyone, providing an equal opportunity to everyone who wants to be part of the mentorship program. And since we have a diversified group already existing in the university, the mentorship program will become diverse automatically the moment all of you become part of the journey. So that's diversity and inclusion for me in mentorship in a nutshell, in a very crisp way. A mentor or a mentee, especially this is for mentors, whosoever wants to be a mentor in life or whosoever is probably is a mentor for someone or for a specific set of people, he or she can't be or should not be choosy or particular that I will only pick people from say HR function. I will only have my mentees say from finance background. I will only have people from say marketing background, so on and so forth. The mentor need to be very open minded. The mentor need to ensure that whatever best he or she can contribute to the mentee's life, he or she should have a mixed and diversified group of people who are his or her mentees. So that's diversity and inclusion for me in mentorship. In a nutshell, in a very, very short and crisp manner. As I said, I don't want to have a monologue, so I'll take a pause probably. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions or any thoughts or whatever I have spoken in last 20-25 minutes? If you have any other thoughts to that, I would love to hear that. I would love to learn from you. I know the day had been long. I can see, I will not call out names, but I can see some of you are probably tired a lot. Some of you have taken some small power naps as well. But any thoughts, any question for me so far? Yeah, please.
Uh, Good evening, sir. My name is Anish Sharma. I am from BIMM. So my question is, if I am appointing a mentor, so I am giving my 30 to 35 years of my life to him or in his hand. So what kind of qualities that this particular mentor is best for me? So what can I see?
See, जरूरी नहीं है कि you बैठ जाए. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's not. There is no golden rule written in any book that I will only have one mentor for lifetime. That's the first part of your question. Because as a mentee or as an individual, as a professional, your needs, your requirements will continue to evolve, will continue to change. Your areas of opportunity will continue to evolve because all of us continue to evolve in our journey. If I look 20 years back, probably my needs were something else from an area of opportunity, from an area of learning standpoint. Now 20 years after, I have a lot of areas to improve or improvise upon. So I'll have to be very, very selective, very, very mindful about whom to have my mentor or not. But before that, it's very, very important. All of you, please pay attention here. Very, very important. You know, what is the most difficult thing in life for any individual? सबसे difficult चीज क्या life में? What is the most difficult thing? And I'm talking as an individual. Think about yourself. What is the most difficult thing? The most difficult thing is to be the self critic. That's the most difficult thing. The most difficult thing is to do self introspection. One of the most difficult thing is to analyze yourself. The easiest thing is you can say, अरे मैं खुद को कैसे assess करूं? How can I assess myself? How can I analyze myself? मैं तो अपने बारे में हमेशा अच्छा ही बोलूंगा. No. You have to be neutral. You have to be self-critic for yourself. Very, very important. And that's the second trigger point for you to identify, select, reselect, unselect, deselect, reselect a mentor. As long as you are able to analyze, first you need to be the self-critic. You need to know and analyze what are the challenges you have in yourself as an individual, as a professional, as a student, or in whatever capacity of life you are. Go with listed down things to the person and then take his or her help. लाइफ में सबसे डिफिकल्ट है सेल्फ क्रिटिक होना. I can always think that I'm the best. And many of us can think that, and many of us do that also. But that's the last thing we should do. You know what I do? I'll tell you something. What I do. You can find me on LinkedIn. I participate in a lot of podcasts, etc. What I do always, whenever I am part of a podcast, whenever I am part of any interview, etc., whenever possible, if I have the recording available, मैं उसको कम से कम तार ईयरफोन लगा के 5-6 बार सुनता हूँ. I literally do that. And why I do that? Because whenever I listen to those, मुझे पता चलता है कि मैंने कहाँ पे गलती करी है. Where I could have done better. I don't listen to those recordings as myself, but I listen to those recordings as an audience. कि अगर मैं ऑडियंस में हूँ, whosoever is listening to me, कहाँ पे मैंने गलती करी है. Probably have I chosen the right word? Have I given the right example? Where I could have done better? ये करना बहुत जरूरी है. It's very, very important. Very, very important. See, the easiest thing in life is to think whatever I'm doing is right. I'm going in the right direction. My life is moving smooth. I'm into a good B school. I'm, doing my post graduation. You can always think that your life is moving in the right trajectory. But the moment you start analyzing, the moment you start criticizing yourself, being a neutral party, you'll see a sea difference. And obviously, if you do that, you'll be able to identify mentor or mentors for yourself. So in a short, to answer your question, you can have either one mentor, you can change mentors also over the years, basis the way you evolve as a person. Any other question? Any more questions? You can mentor someone now as well. You can definitely mentor someone now as well. See, mentorship does not, or being a mentor does not require any years of experience or any specific qualification. See, you are doing post graduation, right?
Yes, sir.
You can still mentor someone who is in their undergraduation. Somebody needs a guidance from a post graduation standpoint with your own experience, right? With your own learnings, you can still be a mentor to someone. You can still guide. There is no defined age limit. There is no defined minimum qualification, years of experience, etc., to be a mentor. See, there are a lot of organizations, there are a lot of institutes who give you a certification also. You are a certified mentor, blah blah blah. That all those commercialized things are there in the market. But in a true sense, if you want to become a mentor, you can become mentor at any age. You can become mentor to probably your younger brother, your younger sister, or someone who is younger to you in family or in your social circle.
But sir, how do I develop wisdom? Like I know that mentorship require wisdom, but sometimes even I'm not sure what am I like whatever I'm advising is correct or not.
Wisdom, wisdom is an ocean. While wisdom is a 5-letter word, but wisdom is an ocean. It depends. It depends whom are you mentoring, whom are you trying to support, whom are you trying to provide a helping hand. Somebody reaching out to you or you becoming mentor to someone doesn't mean that you'll have answers to all the questions. As I said in the first part to your question, that there is no minimum eligibility criteria to become a mentor, right? You can always try to the best of your capacity to become someone's mentor. it is also important to understand the requirement of the mentee. If you are not able to, or if you feel that probably I am not capable enough to provide the right guidance, right support, right advice, you can always redirect that person in a very honest manner to someone else whom you think that person X is more capable than me and he or she can be the mentor for that person. That option is always there. You can always do that. If you do that, I think you'll be doing justice to yourself and to the mentee as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. My name is Dugdha Patil. So my question is, do everybody need a mentor in life, or without mentor, can nobody success in their life?
What should be the answer according to you? What's your assessment? There is no right or wrong answer, please.
So it depend on him or her. What are they
Yes, you're
doing?
right. It depends. It depends. There is no, it is nowhere written. Please have a seat. Thank you. It's nowhere written anywhere that you mandatorily should have a mentor in life. It is nowhere written. It is up to your self analysis. It's up to your requirement. It's up to your needs. It's up to how you are evolving as a person in whichever, whatever field you are. If there is a need, see, the first thing is you definitely need someone to guide you, constantly guide you. It can be one person or two people who continue to be your mentor for a lifetime, or it could be multiple people. See, for me, my mentor could be my father also at home. For many of us, we take a lot of advice from them. Obviously, they are not, nowhere it is written that my dad is my mentor. But I know I have learned a lot of traits of life from him with his experience, with his expertise, and I still take guidance from him. Do I call him my mentor? Probably no, right? So, mentorship many times stands invisible as well. You don't get a certification to become a mentor, or you don't certify someone to be your mentor, but you will still have a mentor. That's the fact of the life. You will still have a mentor. Probably you may identify, you may call out, you may not call out, but all of us need support, advice, guidance, constant advice, constant uh, support from anyone. See, and how many of you follow cricket? Yeah, almost 50%. See, many great players, great batsmen, great bowlers we have seen if we follow cricket. Even with after a 20 years of glorious career, people reach out to someone senior, to someone whom he or she feels that the person is an expert, and then goes to that person to correct himself or herself. Even after 20 years, 25 years, 15 years of glorious cricketing career, people go. And not only cricket, in any field, every field, people go to those people for certain advice, for certain course correction, because they may not say that this person X is my mentor, but they are taking advice, they are taking guidance, because they certainly know that A, here is my weakness, probably I am not able to play cover drive in the right manner, and then if I have to correct it, probably Sachin Tendulkar is the right person whom I go and take his advice and guidance. I'm that player may not call Sachin as his mentor, but definitely Sachin has helped him in the capacity of mentor, but probably not certified as a mentor or not called out. कि सचिन मेरे mentor हैं. But all of us, the reality is, the fact is, all of us need mentorship throughout life. Some of us call it out, some of us don't. But all of us have mentors in any or the other capacity. That's also reality. What else? Sorry? Why not? Why not? No questions from. अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है, करूंगा भी नहीं. It's okay, ma'am. It's okay. That side had been very quiet. Any question from that side? Acha. Okay.
Sir, Shivam from BIV. Okay. I would like to know what qualities would you look when you will be hiring a finance person?
Come again.
While interview at the time of hiring, what are the qualities you will be looking in a finance person?
Finance person. See, it depends for which profile. See, finance, when you say, obviously, finance is one subject, one work stream. In finance, we have different roles. If I talk about my organization, we have multiple roles, multiple layers where we need different type of expertise from one core subject as well, be it finance, be it HR, be it marketing. So if I am hiring someone, say at a role where the person is required to take care of the entire P&L sheet of a larger portfolio, I would definitely look at someone who comes from a strong CA or CS background. That's the core. That's the core of it, right? So while the core must be there, and obviously the core expertise is a given thing. Other than core expertise, what we see in any candidate is the intent of that person, where that person want to be, or why that person is wanting to join our organization. If I am the recruiting or hiring manager, if I am the interviewer, one thing I definitely try to gauge in that limited 1 hour 45-minute conversation is why the person want to join me. When I say me, not me as in my organization. Why? Is it just because the person is completing a course, he or she needs a job, and hence he or she wants to come over here? Is the person wanting to join as a short term gap, probably to take a nice stamp on his or her CV that I have worked for an XYZ large organization for some period of time, and that the person has some other plans, or the person is here for a long term association to make a career with us. So while the core expertise is given, we will not compromise in the conversation, in the assessment, in the discussion. But some of these personality traits, some of the behavioral traits, which talks more, which indicates more about the longevity, the way forward plan, the thought behind, the intent behind applying for the post is something which I would personally look into the person.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Okay, since we are talking about mentorship, and obviously we are talking about diversity and inclusion. Uh, maybe one last aspect which I want to touch upon, and then I'll be happy to take few more questions before we wind up. Uh, One last but very important aspect of mentorship, and especially diversity and inclusion in mentorship, uh, is something where we have to acknowledge where where both the parties need to have accessibility as well. It is one of the very, very important ingredient. You have to be accessible to each other. And when I say accessibility, mentoring doesn't mean that you need to have an in-person meeting always between both the parties. Now we are blessed enough with all the technology in hand. It can be e-mentoring as well. You can be in other part, your mentor can be in some other part, but the mentoring can continue, the mentoring can happen. So accessibility is very important. Similarly, accountability is something which is another key ingredient. Why I am saying so? As a mentee, as much as I am accountable for my improvement, as a mentee, as much as I am accountable for me moving ahead, as a mentor, you should also take the similar accountability for my growth to ensure that whatever contribution we are making to each other's life in this journey, there has to be an equal accountability. And last but not the least is appreciation for each other. So if you are making both the parties accountable, the appreciation plays very, very important role. It's very important to celebrate small wins. Very important. Very, very important. In the relationship of a mentor and mentee, it becomes very important that we obviously we acknowledge, we take accountability, we are accessible to each other, and in the end we appreciate whatever good happens in the journey. We need to appreciate that. The mentor needs to appreciate the mentee, and so as the mentee needs to acknowledge, appreciate, and be grateful for the contributions being made in his or her life. So that's the last bit of it uh, on the mentorship. Having said that, we still have few minutes. I would love to take few questions if you want to ask. Thank you. ताली मत बजाना, अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ, और खत्म होने में प्लीज ताली मत बजाइएगा. सब लोग सोच रहे खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा. Yes, please. Can you repeat the second part? अच्छा, लिंक्डइन मेरा चेक कर लिया आपने. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच. सो yes, we do have, please have a seat. Yes, we do have a mentorship program, and I was talking to Dr. Dipali ma'am also a couple of hours back. So we have some beautiful job shadow program. We have some mentorship program. So as you progress, as you navigate towards this journey, uh, you can always seek support from your esteemed professors and faculty members, and we'll be more than happy to accommodate some of you, if not all, definitely. Few of you we can definitely accommodate for some of these programs. And the second part of your question, gold mentor, forget that bit. Those are just certification and accolades. But as a mentor, what I see or what anybody should see in the mentee is, if I would ask me personally, I would only look at one thing. See, skills, competency, all these things can be worked upon. All these things can be worked upon, right? I only look at one aspect in any mentee. If somebody wants to get associated with me, is intent. That's it. वो करना क्या चाहता है? What does he or she wants to do? Why he or she wants to be part of a mentorship program? Skills competency is something which is a continuous improvement process. Today I learn something, tomorrow I'll have to improvise on that skill. Day after again I'll have to improvise. Competency, I can have 10 good competencies in myself. 11th I need to learn again, right? So competency skills are a continuous process. What I personally look is into some mentee is intent. Did I answer the question? Thank you. मैं भी बड़ा जिद्दी आदमी हूँ. Any more questions?
Good evening, sir. Sir, I am Palak Panjwani, student manager from BIIB. So, as you said about reverse mentoring, that mentee gives you feedback. So, my thought process is that every day it is said that every day you learn, and from anyone you can learn. So, reverse mentoring can be that way that even that your mentee has some qualities and you can learn from him or her as well. So can reverse mentoring include this as well?
Why not? Everybody, all of us are special. All of us are unique, right? All of us have something which the person sitting next would not be having in himself or herself. All of us would be having something better which would not be common among each other. So while reverse mentoring works that way, you have already explained, the mentee can always, and that's how the reverse mentoring works. The mentee can always coach, guide, provide feedback, tell the mentor that while this thought is there, I hear you, I get your point, but I believe if we try other way, this is a better way to get things done. Let's try it once. Why not? Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
See, nowhere it is written ki mentee cannot give a feedback or give an advice or talk about any improvisation to a mentor. It is nowhere written. If that is there, then the word itself, the program itself stands redundant. Reverse mentoring cease to exist then. So it is there. Thank you. Okay. I'm also being cognizant of time, jokes apart. Maybe we'll take one or two more questions and then we'll wind up. Last two questions probably, if you want to ask, otherwise we can wind up. I know you guys had a long day and I really appreciate all of you being here and listening patiently to me since last almost 62 minutes. So I can still take couple of questions. If there is no more, then we can probably wind up. Yes, ma'am. That's why I spoke about 3 A's. That's why I spoke about accessibility. That's why I spoke about accountability. That's why I spoke about adaptability, and last but not the least, appreciation. See, accessibility is very important. If someone is not at all accessible because of whatever reason, and there could be multiple reasoning to that, right? It doesn't mean, see, probably if you ask me, there are so many big shots in corporate. I also have few names in my mind. I'll not call those out, but I also have few names in my mind whom I want that they become my mentor. But probably they don't have bandwidth, right? They are already occupied into something else. They have their own things to be done. But I still want them to be my mentor, right? That doesn't mean that I will feel demotivated. That doesn't mean that I will feel disrespected. Let it be. If someone is not available, if someone is not accessible for his or her own reason, let it be. Let's opt for plan B. We should always have a plan B in life. You can't always. I probably want to spend a lot of time with say Mr. Ajim Premji, but is he even accessible to me? He's not. I can't even think of reaching out to him. While I want to spend time with him, I want him to spend some time with me as my mentor. But I can't, right? Then obviously you have a lot of people in and around. You have a lot of people whom you can look up to and reach out to them, seek their support. So you should always have a plan B. If plan A doesn't work, plan B. Thank you. One last question, if at all. And it can be anything. While we have been talking about mentorship, but it can be anything. No questions? Okay, great. So I will so I will so so I'll close. I'll probably take another 30-40 seconds, guys. Wherever I go, and I kind of I keep spending a lot of time whenever possible. Uh, I spend a lot of time in campuses, especially in these type of conversation, these type of forums, and I'm always grateful for the opportunities uh, being provided by the respective universities, respective colleges. Uh, I always talk about one thing whenever I interact with the students, whenever I interact with the young students, and this will be my parting message. Trust me, max 60 seconds I'll take, and then you can clap if you want to clap. But I don't want you to clap for me. Rather, I would want you to clap for yourself when we close. The claps will not be for me. I have not done anything. The clap should be for you. Having said that, I'll take 60 seconds. I always say that I mean it, and I want to leave with this message. See, we should always, very important, we should always stay humble in all this brightness of life, in all this fast paced life. Whatever we have with us today, we forget that there are people outside this campus, there are people outside our homes who are not as privileged as we are. We are very privileged to be sitting in such a fancy campus under such a bright light, AC hall, big auditorium. We are really privileged. And hence, I always say that, and that will be my parting message to all of you. Always stay humble, be grateful for what you have in life. Because the moment you feel that, no, I have arrived in life, trust me, you are heading towards your downfall. So, very important to stay humble, be grateful, consider yourself privileged because all of you are privileged. The moment you feel that you are not privileged, step out of the college, look at the people, look at the people who are actually underprivileged, who don't have the privilege to come inside the campus like this, who don't have privilege to study in the campus like this, then you will definitely realize that no, I have definitely got something better from the Almighty. Very important. Don't ever, and I'm sure all of you will do well in life, all of you will rise and shine, all of you will definitely do wonders in life. You are just you have just started your post graduation journey, first year, second year, whatever it is. But all of you will definitely do wonders in life. My best wishes and blessings to all of you. But always, always stay humble. Never forget your roots, and always try to contribute to the society in whatever capacity you can. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the impactful insights and enriching experiences you shared with us. Your thoughts have not only added value to our understanding but also inspired us to become inclusive leaders and mentors of tomorrow.
May I now invite student managers Himanshu and Sneha to present memento to serve as a token of our heartfelt appreciation.
Finally, may I request student manager Shalini Sahu to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I, Student Manager Shalini Sahu, on the behalf of Balaji Institute of International Business, take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Ravi Shankar Singh sir for gracing us with his presence and sharing such a valuable insights. Your words today reflected not just your deep expertise in human resource management, but also your passion for enabling people and organizations to thrive. From strategic leadership to the real world expertise in managing large teams, your journey truly inspired us. The key takeaways from today's session are diversity should not be considered only on the basis of gender. Sir explained how mentorship works as a bridge for a diverse workforce and future leads to inclusion. Sir's session explained the need of the mentor throughout the life. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We are truly grateful for your presence. Once again, thank you, sir, and we look forward to staying connected.
Okay, for seniors, maybe it is new thing. So scan the QR code and submit the feedback form.